Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. My heartfelt namaskar to all of you. From today we are going to start more than the gospel of Holy Mother, it is the life of Holy Mother. So naturally the teachings of Holy Mother also will continue with that. After Mother grows into an elderly Divine Mother, now we will start with the childhood, the village and other things, and there will be less of teachings. So the gospel will start afterwards, but now I will take you through the wonderful life of Holy Mother Sharda Devi. First of all, let me bring to your attention the wonderful words and opinion of the world-conquering Swami Vivekananda. And what is his opinion about Holy Mother Sharda Devi? Swami Vivekananda is telling, you have not yet understood the wonderful significance of Mother's life. None of you. But gradually you will know. Without Shakti, that is power, there is no regeneration for the world. Why is it that our country, so here our country means Vivekananda is telling about India. Why is it that our country is the weakest? Not now, at that time. Now it is becoming the strongest, and not only militarily, economically, and in all the things, intellectually, everywhere India is coming to the first place. India has overtaken Britain in economy now, the best economy. It has reached the 4th or 5th place. Great Britain has been left behind. And now in automobile industry or sector, it has overtaken Germany also. So likewise, it is now coming to the forefront. We are speaking of what Vivekananda was telling 120 or 130 years back. But because of the advent of Holy Mother Sharda Devi, there is that regeneration of the Shakti, and you can see how Mother India is progressing. Now Vivekananda is telling that there is no regeneration for the world without power, Shakti. Because Shakti is held in dishonor, that's why the country became weak and the most backward of all the country. Now Vivekananda tells, Mother Sharda Devi has been bound to revive that wonderful Shakti in India, and making her the nucleus once again will Gargis and Maitreyis and Savitris and Sitas will come back again. Who is this Gargi and Maitreyi? They were the Vedantic Rishi, the female Rishis, Rishikas. You all think that there are only male saints and male Rishis. No, in Vedanta, in Vedas, they were Rishikas, the female Rishis. They were all Gargi, Maitreyi. So many other great ladies were there. One of the suktas, the Devi Sukta, is given by one of the mothers, the lady. So there were so many rishis. So all that went away. But now again, with the advent of Holy Mother Sharda Devi, Swami Vivekananda is telling Mother Sharda Devi has been born to revive that wonderful Shakti in India, and making her the nucleus once more will Gargis, Maitreyis, Sita, Savitri will be born into the world. He's telling one of his brother monk, dear brother, you understand little now, but by degrees you will come to know it all. Hence, Vivekananda was telling, hence it is her mat or the her ashrama, that is Sharda Devi ashrama, that I want to start first. Without the grace of Mother, nothing is to be accomplished. What do I find in America and Europe at that time? The worship of Shakti, Divine Mother, the worship of power, but they do it ignorantly. Vivekananda is telling, yet they worship the Divine Mother, the Shakti, ignorantly through sense gratification. Imagine then what a lot of good they will achieve who will worship the Divine Mother with all purity, in a sattvika spirit, looking upon her as their mother. I am coming to understand things clearer every day. My insight is opening out more and more. Hence, we must first build the mat or ashrama for mother. First mother and mother's daughters, then father and father's sons. Can you understand this? To me, mother's grace is 100,000 times more valuable than father's. Mother's grace, mother's blessings are all paramount to me, tells Swami Vivekananda. Can you imagine? Please pardon me, I am a little bigoted here as regards mother. If but mother orders her demons here, now you know Shiva, Parvati. Now Shiva had his followers, the demons, the bhutas, pretas, the ghosts were the followers of Shiva. So just one order from the mother, all that ghosts or the demons would work for the mother. So Vivekananda is comparing himself to the demon or the ghosts of Divine Mother Sharda Devi. And he is telling, please pardon me, I am little bigoted here as regards mother. If but mother orders, her demons can work anything. Brother, before proceeding to America to attend the Parliament of Religions, I wrote to Mother Sharda Devi to bless me. Her blessings came, and at one bound I cleared the ocean. At another place, Swami Vivekananda tells, by the grace of Holy Mother, what happened? Hanuman had to jump the sea from Rameshwaram, the end of peninsula, to Sri Lanka. He had to put in self-effort. But because Vivekananda is telling, I did not have to put any self-effort. With the same ship of the Westerners, the Americans or the English people, I crossed the ocean with one go, he tells. So that is the grace of Mother. Her blessings came, and at once I cleared the ocean. There you see, in this terrible winter, I am lecturing from place to place and fighting against odds, so that funds may be collected for Mother's work. So that is the words of Swami Vivekananda about Mother Sharda Devi. Now, let us take some of other views of some other great saints. What have they told about? What is their opinion about Mother Sharda Devi? So we should know that. Then only we know the value of Mother Sharda Devi, because she has made her life so simple. We can see only our own mother in her. We cannot see the greatness at all. Only those great luminaries who had realized the greatness of Holy Mother could reveal that. What about the spiritual dynamo, Swami Brahmananda? Swami Vivekananda himself called him as the spiritual dynamo. The Manasaputra, the spiritual son of Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Brahmananda, he tells, It is hard to understand Mother's greatness unless she herself reveals it. Through the grace of Sri Ramakrishna, one may recognize the Divine Mother in her. Who can understand our Mother? Even great yogis cannot understand her. What to speak of others? Is it the function of an ordinary being to have digested the worship of an incarnation like Sri Ramakrishna? She could digest the spiritual power of Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna, after so much of hard austerities, the tapasya, he offered his japamala and all his spiritual powers at the feet of Mother Sharda Devi during the Shodasha Upachara Puja on the Palaharini Kali Puja. So is it ordinary that she could digest the spiritual power of the great Avatar Sri Ramakrishna? Then imagine who Sri Sharda Devi is. From this, one has to understand what a great container of power the Divine Mother Sharda Devi is. We have been seeing this with our own eyes every day. The Mother has been taking the sins and afflictions of many people on herself and redeeming them. Could anyone else but the Divine Mother herself have this power to take the sins? You know, Ramakrishna used to shed tears during his period of sadhana or spiritual practice that he didn't get the vision of Mother Kali. Swami Vivekananda used to shed tears seeing the poor condition of the Indians at that time. But why would Mother Sharda Devi shed tears? Today, another day has gone by. No sinners have come today I had to accept their sins and redeem them. Today, another day has gone without that. Ramakrishna had told they would come in torrents, they would come in numbers, and you have to accept their sins and redeem them, uplift them. But today, a day has gone without anybody coming. I couldn't help my children. And she used to shed tears that she couldn't take the sins of her children and she couldn't suffer. Can you imagine the motherly heart of Sharda Devi? So that was Mother Sharda Devi. Our mother, says Swami Brahmananda, is Mahamaya herself. But such is her Maya that none can understand her. Inside the ocean of realization, outside absolutely calm. How ordinary and easy she appears. Even the incarnation cannot keep. Ramakrishna couldn't contain that spiritual power. He used to express that samadhi and emotions and some other things, bhava. But you couldn't see anything. She could easily contain all those things. Brahmanandaji is telling, even incarnation like Ramakrishna couldn't control such divine moods and devotion. One, however, can somewhat understand Sri Ramakrishna through some inklings, but it is extremely difficult to understand Mother Sharda Devi. How she has kept all deluded with her love. How boundless is her grace. What a yearning for the living beings. Not only human beings, not only sinners, but even the animals, the pets, the birds, the microbes, everything, she is the mother. If you want the grace of Sri Ramakrishna, first propitiate the mother. The mother is the supreme, primordial power herself, Parama Prakriti. In the song written by Abhedanandaji, which we sing during the Arati, Prakritim Paramam Abhayam Varadam. Prakritim Paramam, the primordial power, supreme primordial power. Herself, the Brahman, herself, the Parama Prakriti, she holds the key of knowledge of Brahman in her hand. I think in the end of the talk, when I'm given a chance to sing, I will sing one song on Annapurna Stotra, where Shankaracharya writes the Divine Mother has the key to liberation. If you want liberation, the latch and the key is in her hand. Mokshadvara kapata patanakari. That is the Divine Mother. Do you want realization? Do you want emancipation? Do you want freedom? The key is with the Divine Mother. She holds the key of the knowledge of Brahman in her hand. Liberation, bliss, and all that are in Mother's keeping. There is no difference between Sri Ramakrishna and Sharda Devi. Through Mother's grace, attainment of liberation becomes easy. So, these are the wonderful words on Mother Sharda Devi. Now, without any delay, let us go to study the wonderful life of Mother Sharda Devi. Now, I think people who have gone to India, especially to the pilgrimage to Belur Mutt, everybody will have visited Jairambati. So what is the name of that village in Sanskrit? Jairambati. So it has become short Jairambati. The birthplace of an avatar or a great soul becomes an eternal place of pilgrimage. We have all seen Ayodhya, the birthplace of Ramachandra, Mathura, the birthplace of Krishna, Bethlehem, Navadvipa, Kamarpukur, Jairambati, the birthplace of Ramachandra, Krishna, Jesus Christ, Chaitanya, Ramakrishna, and Sharda Devi, respectively, are forever marked on the world map. In the 19th century, Kamarpukur and Jairambati were very insignificant villages of Bengal, almost unknown to outside world. Now, people from all over the world visit the birthplaces of Ramakrishna and Sharda Devi. Jairambati has become now a Shakti Pita, a place where the cosmic energy, the Divine Mother, took a human form. What is this Shakti Pita? What is the concept of Shakti Pita in Hinduism? In Hinduism, the Shakti Pita is the place where different parts of the body of the Divine Mother in her incarnation as Sati Dakshayani. We all know Parvati or Mother Durga, the wife of Lord Shiva. In her previous incarnation, she was Sati Dakshayani. She was the daughter of Daksha Prajapati. Now, she married Lord Shiva against the wish of his father, her father, Daksha. He didn't like Shiva. He used to be criticizing him. But Sati Dakshayani had great love towards and respect towards Shiva. Against the wishes of the father, she married Lord Shiva. Now, one day, this Daksha, the father of Sati, was conducting a big yagna, we call Havan. The Havan is a smaller term. When that is done in a very big way, that is called yaga or yagna. Thousands of people will be invited, gods and goddesses will come, and so many things, charity, distribution of the food, and so many other things will be there. Now this father of Sati Dakshayani did one such great yagna that is called Daksha Yagna. Now, she was not invited, but the heart of the mother wants to go there to see her mother, father, and all the other things. She went and asked the permission of Lord Shiva. Shiva told, you should never go to a place where you are not invited. If you go to a place where you are not invited, then there will be a mishap, there will be insult, there will be injury. So, that's why in India, that's very strictly followed. Wherever there is no invitation, people will not go there. Otherwise, if you go there, you'll be in trouble because of this. But the daughter, the Sati, couldn't withstand. She wanted to go to her father. Whatever the father might have wronged or whatever he might have done, that heart of the mother, she wants to go to see her father and the other sisters, the siblings, and the mother, to see her house, home, everything there. So, in spite of Shiva warning, she went there. Now, when she went there, Daksha was so egoistic. When he saw Sati coming there, he insulted the husband Shiva. Now she couldn't withstand the insult. She could withstand the insult done to her, but she couldn't withstand the insult to Lord Shiva. So she gave up her body there itself, not withstanding the insult to Lord Shiva. Shivaninda. That's why they tell the highest papa is Shivaninda, is one of the greatest of papas. So when Shivaninda was done by the father, she gave up her body. Then Shiva comes there with the Veerabhadra and other people and destroys that yagna, and he also kills Daksha. Then after that, he carries the body of Sati Dakshayani, goes round the world like one mad. But if he goes, he is a pralayakari, the whole universe will get deluded, or it will go into pralaya, it will get destroyed. So all the devatas pleaded Vishnu. Then Vishnu went with his Sudarshana Chakra, he cut off all the body of that mother, Sati Dakshayani, whom Shiva was carrying. Then when that parts of the body fell at different places in India, that is now called as Shakti Peetha. There are more than 51 Shakti Peetha. So now, if you go to Kashi, there we have one Shakti Peetha. If you go to all the 12 Jyotirlingas, there will be one Shakti Peetha. If you come down to the south, Rameshwaram, there is one Shakti Peetha. If you come to Kanchipuram, there the backbone of the Divine Mother Sati Dakshayani fell, so there is one Shakti Peetha. If you come to Kolhapur Mahalakshmi in Maharashtra, there we have the Karavira Kshetra, where the third eye of the mother fell, that is one Shakti Peetha. Like the different parts of the mother fell at different parts of India, it's some are 5 or 6 are there in Bangladesh, which was earlier a part of India. Now it has been partitioned by the British. And the Pakistan also, there is one Hinglaj near the border of Gujarat. In Pakistan there is Hinglaj, that is also one of the Shakti Peetha. Now, if one small part of the mother fell and that becomes a great pilgrimage Shakti Peetha, then imagine the whole of mother was born in, the Divine Mother was born in Jairambati. What would be the greatness of Jairambati as a Shakti Peetha? That's why the term here used is Jairambati has become a great Shakti Peetha. So that has become like that Shakti Peetha. Where is Jairambati? Jairambati is a Shakti Peetha, a place where the cosmic energy, the Divine Mother, took a human form. This small village is situated in the southeastern part of Bankura district in Bengal, which is 64 miles. So you can, 1.2 mile is, no, kilometer is 1 mile, I think, if I'm right. Or 1.6, I don't know, I've forgotten it long back, I have learnt all this. You can Google it and find it out. So 64 miles means something like 120 kilometers or something. So 64 miles northwest of Calcutta and 4 miles northwest of Kamarpukur is this great village called Jairambati. In the 19th century, approximately 100 families lived there in mud huts with thatched roofs without running water, electricity or sanitary facilities. Jairambati was a rural heaven. Imagine a village with verdant plants and trees and abundant fruits and flowers. It is surrounded by vast meadows and beautiful lakes and ponds with a murmuring river flowing nearby. Imagine rustic huts and temples, a blue sky above, green rich fields below, bright sunshine all around, colorful red dust roads, bird songs and a pure and gentle breeze cooling the meadows. Even now, to some extent, that village atmosphere, beautiful atmosphere is still maintained. I think, if possible, go and see Jairambati. Otherwise, maybe after 10 years or so, it may turn into a township or city. You will not find that old beauty of the village. So now, the railways have made a railway station also nearby. So it will become like another town maybe after 10 years or so. So during the monsoon season, the farmers plow with their bullock under a sky full of clouds. And other times, the cowherds play their flutes under a banyan tree as their cows graze. Imagine nightfall in a Bengal village. Women wave oil lamps to the village, to the deities there of their house, to the cosmic god at the altar in the courtyard, and blow conches. I have seen Kamarpukur and Jairambati in the evening arati at about 6 or so sunset, after the sunset. Everywhere you will hear the sound of the conch. In every house there will be arati. So you can see the women, the mothers of the house, blowing the conch and doing the arati there. So, blow conches, and mothers, grandmothers, they tell stories from the Ramayana and Mahabharata to the children gathered around them. As flames of oil lamps flicker on the wall, throughout the entire village, the sound of vesper bells and gongs from the temples reverberate. Scenes such as these thrill the imagination, which at least temporarily uplifts human minds from the mundane world. This description, however, is not fictional. This idyllic village was Jairambati, the birthplace of Sharda Devi, 170 years ago. Can you imagine? 170 years ago. Now, it's a different place. During Sharda Devi's time, Jairambati was a small village surrounded by fertile agricultural land. The villagers grew rice, wheat, lentils, potatoes, beans, chilies, sugarcane, and cotton, among other crops. Most of the villagers supported themselves by farming and fishing. A small group of Brahmins taught, and they officiated as priests. Sharda Devi was born into one of these Brahmin families. As a young girl, Sharda Devi was not confined to her small village. You can see there is one small river flowing by. The Amodara river runs along a meadow north of the village. Sharda Devi considered it to be the Ganga and bathed there with her brothers during the rainy season when there was sufficient water. You know, we all consider, especially Indians and Hindus, Ganga water to be very pure. It removes our sin when we take bath in it. So now, from there, if you have to go to Ganga, it is about 120 or 140 kilometers. Now, where can you get Ganga there? So, see the imagination of Hindus, how you can bring Ganga to your own place. Just imagine whatever river flows nearby you is Mother Ganga. With that mind, if you take bath, you are getting the same benefit. You know, even now here in South Africa, we have ordinary water. You can convert that into Ganga by one mantra. Anyone? Anybody knows that mantra? There is a mudra called Ankusha Mudra. In the puja we can do that, Ankusha Mudra. We touch the ring finger into that, the middle finger. The Ankusha Mudra will be like the goad of the elephant. So then we will be touching it and then telling the mantra. Anybody remember that mantra? If you have learnt puja, you will remember. Om Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jale Asmin Kuru. All the 7 sacred rivers in Hinduism, Gange, Yamune, Chaiva, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmade, Sindhu, are invoked into that water wherever you want to, either to cook or to take bath or to drink water. You tell this mantra and touch that water, then that will become as pure as Ganga. So many special features have been given by our Hinduism. Wherever you want, you can create Ganga, make the water pure. So it's all in your hands. So whatever you think, you become. Whatever you think, you become. If you think you are a sinner, you become a sinner. If you think you are pure, you become pure. Whatever you think, you become. So that is what is told in our scriptures. So with that mantra, with great faith, you pray that the Divine Mother will come and assemble there all the 7 rivers, and you will see Ganga will be there. And every water you drink and the water you use for cooking and bathing will be converted or transformed into Ganga herself, pure as Ganga. So now, Mother here in this Amoda river, she used to feel that that is her Ganga. She used to call, this is my Ganga. And she used to take her brothers there and give them bath, and she used to also take bath there. So now that Amoda river was her Ganga. Sharada Devi considered it to be the Ganga and bathed there with her brothers. There is a cremation ground on the southern bank of the river, and the village Deshra lies to the north. To the east of Jairambati, in the village of Haldi, to the south, there is another village, Jipta, to the southwest, Masinapur, to the west, Shihor, the village of Shihor, half a mile from Jairambati, is the birthplace of Sri Sharada Devi's mother. So Sharada Devi's mother, Shyama Sundari Devi, that were Shihor, a little away from Jairambati, that is the birthplace. Do you remember another important person was also born in Shihor? If you have studied the life of Ramakrishna, you will remember it. Anybody? Another person was important to Ramakrishna was born there in Shihor. Anybody can tell it? If you have read the life of Ramakrishna, you will know. Okay, I'll give hints. I think we have to start quiz here also. Isn't it? After some days, they have to hear and note it down, and then we will have a quiz on life of mother here too. Otherwise, they will forget everything. They will hear in this ears, and they will put out through that ear. So now, I will give hints. Try to remember who that person is. One person was serving Sri Ramakrishna always from his childhood up to the time of sadhana. Then afterwards, when the direct disciples and other householder disciples started coming, Divine Mother took him away from Ramakrishna. He used to always be with Sri Ramakrishna and serve him. I've given the hint. Can you tell the name? Pardon? Yeah. Hriday. Hriday, his birthplace was also this Shihor. So Sharada Devi's mother's birthplace is also Shihor. So that the village of Shihor, half a mile from Jairambati, is the birthplace of Sharada Devi's mother and also of Hridaya Rama Mukhyopadhyaya, known as Hriday, a nephew of Ramakrishna. North of Shihor is Shiromanipur, a poverty-stricken village that was predominantly inhabited by Muslims. In later years, Holy Mother hired workers from Shiromanipur to construct a house 4 miles northwest of Jairambati. Northwest of Jairambati is Koyalpara. So do you remember another person coming from this Muslim-dominated village, Shiromanipur, who used to serve and get the compassion of Holy Mother? Amjad. Remember? In the life of Holy Mother, you hear about that. He comes from this Muslim-dominated village, Shiromanipur. Mother hired workers from Shiromanipur to construct a house. 4 miles northwest of Jairambati is Koyalpara Ashram, where Sharada Devi would rest when she travelled from Vishnupur to her village, a journey of 28 miles by bullock cart. When Sharada Devi was young, there was no market in Jairambati. Though the villagers were more or less self-sufficient, they sometimes journeyed to Kotalpur, a small town 9 miles away, to buy cloth, salt, spices, kerosene, matches, that is matchbox, utensils and other necessities. They could buy sweets and groceries from market in Kamarpukur. So that was Jairambati. Now, There is in Jairambati one pond or a lake that is called Banerjee's Pond, Banerjee Pukur, is located to the south of Jairambati. Now, if you keep all this in mind, when you go to Jairambati, you can see all those things. The Banerjee Pukur, the pond there, where mother used to go. She used to take the cows, she used to cut the grass there and bring them. All that is still maintained as it is by the ashram. So if you go to Jairambati, you can see all those things. Banerjee's Pond is located to the south of Jairambati. The villagers used to use its water for bathing, cooking and drinking. To the west of village is another lake now called Mother's Lake. Now because of Divine Mother Sharda Devi, that lake has been named as Mother's Lake, which was used to irrigate the village fields. A small pond called Punya Pukur is on the center of the village. The villagers used its water to wash cloths and utensils. Sharda Devi's house is located to the west of this pond, Punya Pukur, and Kalu Pukur, another small pond, is just southwest of her ancestral home. Now, this is the surroundings, the demography of Jairambati. The people of Jairambati were either poor or middle class, and they were very devout. Religious festivals, performances of religious plays, recitals from Hindu mythology, kirtan, that is bhajans, and devotional baul singing brought relief from the monotony of their daily lives. There are 4 temples in that small village. The presiding deity of the village is goddess Simhavahini. Even now if you go there, you can find that. There is a belief that there will be some soil or mud or soil which will be put near the mother, offered to her. And people, if they have any disease or any problem or any this thing, take that mud and they will take that as prasad a little to the mouth. So many of their diseases would be cured. Even now people believe that and take that soil or the mud of that place. That is Simhavahini. In her temple, the deity is flanked by her 2 companions, Chandi and Mahamaya. A separate temple for the goddess Shitala is located in the southeast corner of the village. What is this Shitala Devi? Shitala Devi is another aspect of the Divine Mother. Now, she is the deity of all the microbes, the virus and bacteria, the disease causing, she controls it. So, that deity is called Shitala Devi. If there is any problem of the diseases, or that now COVID came, isn't it? We had COVID due to the virus. If anything comes, they worship this Shitala Devi to reduce that onslaught of the disease. So that mother of the controller of all the microbes and bacteria, they worship as Shitala Devi. So that temple is also here. So now, another temple. What is that? Lord Sundara Narayana. This is Sharda Devi's ancestral deity. And the other deity is Mother Kali. Now, on the west side of the village are temples to Jatra Siddhi and Birkant Dharma Thakur. That is Buddha's temple, or dedicated to Buddha. The villagers of Jairambati did not just visit their own temples, however. For example, at the time of Shivaratri, the spring festival to Shiva, they would flock to Shantinatha Shiva temple in Sihor to attend the 24 hours Kirtan in Jagarana. Anybody remember something special event happened there in that Shantinatha Shiva temple, which is in between Kamar Pukur and Jairambati? Anybody remembers that? Some incident happened there in the temple. As a small girl, baby, Sharda Devi as a small baby was taken to the temple for some special fair there. And Ramakrishna also had come there as a youth, maybe youth of 17 or 18, or I don't know the age at that time, but he was a youth. You know, the women have that habit. They will show the babies and tell, see, there are so many youth sitting, and they will show the babies and tell them, whom will you marry? Any of them? They will ask, just for fun. So now Sharda Devi, they were carrying as a small baby, in that temple, Shiva temple, and in that same habit, they asked this baby Sharda Devi, whom will you marry amongst those? Then that small baby Sharda Devi showed her hand towards Ramakrishna, who was sitting there. So you think that Ramakrishna chose Sharda Devi? No. Sharda Devi chose Ramakrishna. That happened in that temple. So you remember, for the quiz it will be helpful. Sharath, you should remember all those things. There will be a quiz for all the devotees here. So that is Shantinatha Shiva temple. Now, Mother Sharda Devi was born into this pious Brahmin family. Her father, Ramachandra Mukhyopadhyaya, they will call Mukherjee. So, there will be some names if you go to Bengal like Mukherjee, Banerjee, Chatterjee. So, that has come from the Sanskrit term. Mukherjee comes from Mukhyopadhyaya. Vandyopadhyaya became Bandyopadhyaya, then Banerjee. Chattopadhyaya became Chatterjee. So here the father's name is Ramachandra Mukhyopadhyaya, that became Ramachandra Mukherjee. He was a devout, truthful and upright Brahmin. Although poor, he would not accept gifts from just anyone. Ramachandra had 3 brothers. What is the speciality of not accepting gifts? Why should we not accept gifts? But here in the Western country and also in India, now the practice is everybody will be waiting for gifts. Isn't it? Birthday means they will be expecting that gifts will come to them. Why? Why here it is a great trait that you should not accept gifts? In the yoga, especially the Raja Yoga of Patanjali, in the Ashtanga Yoga, there is one practice in the Yama, Niyama. What is that? That is called aparigraha. That is a vow we have to take. And what is that vow? Non-acceptance of gift. Aparigraha. Asteya means non-stealing. Satya, Asteya, Aparigraha. These are all the qualities which we have to practice when we go forward in spiritual life. These are the basic steps. What is this speciality about non-acceptance of gift? When you accept gifts or anything free from anybody, then you have to share your punya, the virtues you have done. You do many good works, you do the prayers, you do the puja, you do the japa, then you get punya, virtues. So you have developed so many virtues. That's why you are born in a good family, you will have good health and other things because you have a lot of punya. If you do papa, bad activities, then you get bad result. That is called papa. So if you have lot of papa, you will get lot of diseases, you will have lot of problem, there will be so much of frictions in the family, always fighting that and this because you have papa, sins. So now, when you accept gifts or take anything free from anybody, you have to share your virtues, punya. Nothing is free on this world. You know, you will get something free at only one place. Anybody knows where? It's the free cheese is found only in the mouse trap. Free cheese is available only in the... Why? If you go for free things, what will happen to the mouse? It will lose its life. So if you go anything for free gifts and that, you have to lose your punya or your life also. So don't go for freebies and free things. You have to depend upon only your hard work. Earn by hard work, integrity, sincerity, and eat that and take that and enjoy that. And that too sharing with others. Never go for freebies. Never encourage children for presents and freebies. It's not good. The moment you take anything free from anybody, you have to share your punya. Suppose I don't have punya, what will happen if I take gifts? Then you have to share their sins. You have to take the sins of the people who give you presents. So be careful. Do not encourage free things. Free cheese is available only in the rat trap, nowhere else. So that's why here it is shown as a great character trait. Very easy to take gifts. You will be very happy. And you will make the children also on the birthday to get the gifts and other things. You make them selfish. But otherwise, on the day of birthday, what should you do to your children? Take them to the orphanage. Take them to the old age home. Make them give something to others. Give to others. So then they become unselfish and they will learn how to share things. Otherwise, they will become selfish in their life. Always wanting, getting, I want that. They will become too selfish and egocentric. So now, let us go forward. That was the great trait. Even though he was poor, he would never take gifts. That is told as a great trait of Ramachandra. He had such a good heart and amiable nature that anyone passing by his house would be invited to share anything. He greatly enjoyed those things and in sharing to others. Then Sharda Devi is telling, my mother was kind and guileless and loved to feed people. She carefully managed every detail of the household and collected the things that were necessary for the whole year. She would say, my household is for gods and goddesses and his devotees. How could I have been born in that family if my father and mother had not practiced religious austerities? See now, there is one more thing. Everybody wants to have their child like Ramachandra or Sita Devi, isn't it? If it is a girl, they want that it should be like Mahalakshmi or Sita Devi. And if it's a boy, it should be like Ramachandra or Shiva. But nobody wants to become Dasharatha and Kausalya. If you first become Dasharatha and Kausalya, then only you can have Ramachandra in your house. If you become Janaka and Sunayana, who is Sunayana? Mother of Sita Devi. See, another question for the quiz now. Who is the mother of Sita? Yeah. So, if you want Mother Sita, then you should have developed nature like Janaka. So, then only such people will be born. You can see here, Holy Mother is telling herself, how could I have been born in that family if my father and mother had not practiced religious austerities and they were having that good nature in them? Now, let us see something special. What is that? A vision which Mother Shyamasundari Devi had. Now, Shyamasundari Devi, she told her vision. The simple couple had no doubt about the authenticity of that vision. They were certain that a divine child would be born to them. What was that vision? One day, when Ramachandra Mukherjee was napping after his noon meal, he had a vivid dream in which an exquisitely beautiful young girl appeared. She had a golden complexion and was wearing precious jewelries. As she tenderly embraced his neck, he asked who she was. She replied in a musical voice, "You see, I have come to your family." By that vision, Ramachandra was convinced that this was an auspicious omen, and his interpretation of the dream was that Mother Lakshmi had revealed herself to him so that he could make money performing rituals in Calcutta. When he returned from Calcutta, Shyamasundari told him about her vision. What was the vision of the mother? Later on, Holy Mother recounted this incident. My birth was like Sri Ramakrishna's. My mother went to Sihor to see the deity. On her way home, she suddenly felt an urge to sit down under the Bilvapatra tree, and she went into the bushes nearby. She felt as if an air entered her womb, making her feel very heavy. She remained in that condition Then my mother saw a beautiful girl of 5 or 6 years, clad in a red sari, descending down from the bilwa tree. That girl put her tender arms around my mother's neck and said, "Here, I come to your home, mother." My mother fell down unconscious and was to be carried home. The girl entered my mother's womb, and thus I was born. So now you can see there are signs of the great soul coming to the family. Sharda Devi, the first child of Ramachandra and Shyamasundari, was born on Thursday evening, 22nd December 1853. Remember the date and the year? Sharda Devi, the first child of Ramachandra and Shyamasundari, was born on Thursday evening, 22nd December 1853. As was customary, as soon as she was born, a conch shell was blown to announce the good news. Her family name was Sharada Mani or Sharada. In course of time, this holy couple had 6 other children, a daughter named Kadambini and 5 sons, Prasanna, Umesha, Kali Kumara, Varada and Abhaya. Kadambini was married to Sudharam Chakravarti in Kokonda village, but she died young without having any children. Umesh died when he was 17 or 18 years old and was unmarried. Abhay died while in medical college, leaving Sharda Devi to look after his wife Surabala, the mad aunt, and her daughter Radhu, who was born after the death. Almost all past avatars except Ramachandra and Buddha began their lives in sorrow and hardship. It seems that their personal experience of suffering helped them to understand the suffering of humanity and their role in relieving them. Now, before ending my talk for today, I just will take you through one incident and also another special name of Mother Sharda Devi. Now, Ramakrishna's birth name was, can you tell what was the name given to Ramakrishna during his birth? Gadadhara. Okay, because he was born due to the vision of Gadadhara Vishnu in Gaya. Now, what was the name given to Ramakrishna from the books? You know, here in South Africa it's called opening the book, astrology. So, what was the name given to Ramakrishna due to that astrological calculation? Anybody knows? Shambhu Chandra was the name of Ramakrishna due to astrological calculation, birth, nakshatra and other things. So likewise, the astrological name of Mother Sharda Devi, anybody knows? Anybody? Sharda Mani is the name given now. What is the astrological name of Mother? Kshemankari. So remember the name of Mother, due to astrological calculations, the name given to Mother Sharda Devi was Kshemankari. Okay, that is one thing. Now you can see here, almost all the avatars and all other great people, saints, except few are born in poor surroundings, with difficulties, sorrow and hardship. Why? It seems that their personal experiences of suffering helped those great souls to understand the sufferings of humanity and their role in relieving them. The avatar's primary mission is to replace degraded and corrupt religious practices with life-giving eternal religion. Now, I'll just tell that incident and stop my talk. What is that incident? When I was in Calcutta in the training center during 92-94, as a brahmacharin getting the training in Belur Math. At that time, during the winter, from USA, one American lady, Her name was Mary Louise Burke. Remember her? What she has done? Mary Louise Burke. She has written 6 volumes of new discoveries of Swami Vivekananda in America. It's called New Discoveries. She found out so many things, new things about Swami Vivekananda in America. Now, then she was an old lady. She had almost dedicated, even though she was married later on, she had taken up spiritual life and was staying in the ashram. Her name was Gargi. Her name was given as Gargi. So she had come to Belur Math and she was asked to speak, because that was generally the Westerners come to India during winter because the weather will be bearable. In the summer it is very difficult. So they used to come during winter. So that winter, Holy Mother Sharda Devi's birthday in Belur Math was celebrated, and she was the chief guest and she was to speak on Holy Mother. I vividly remember one of the incidents she told, Mary Louise Burke, the Western lady. What was that? When Buddha was the avatara and one lady lost her child in the young age, that child died. She took that body of that child and went to Buddha and asked Buddha, she was crying, to give life to that child. He knew that Buddha was the great avatara. Give back life to my child. Then Buddha didn't want to, because he wanted to show the ways of the world. Then Buddha told that woman to go to 6 houses or any amount, wherever you go, to all the houses, beg a morsel of mustard seeds from the house which doesn't have any death in their family, then I will give life to that baby. So this woman went eagerly to all the houses, begged for one fist of mustard, that's all. They were ready to give all of them when she begged. But when she would put the condition, there should be no death in your family, everybody went back. Because in all the families, there was death. Somebody had died in that family. So she came back to Buddha without the mustard seed. And she got the lesson that everybody who are born has to die some or the other time. So once they are dead, you cannot give back them the life. Then she understood and went away. But now, telling that incident, the same thing happened in the life of Mother Sharda Devi. How did she handle it? A woman lost her child. She came crying to Mother Sharda Devi. Then this Mary Louise Burke, that Western lady, is telling, but Mother Sharda Devi didn't send this woman to go and beg for mustard seed or something, but instead she started weeping, sitting with that mother, just like she has lost her own child. She became one with that mother. She started weeping and sobbing and crying as if her own child has died. She went down to the level of that lady, absorbed all the pain of her heart into herself, and she relieved the pain of the death of her child to such an extent that the mother came out of that pain, and seeing Mother Sharda Devi crying, this mother started consoling Sharda Devi. She didn't ask, go and bring some morsel seed, and she didn't teach her Vedanta philosophy and scriptures and other things, Bhagavad Gita shloka. But she absorbed the pain of that mother from the heart. She became one with her. She also became as if her own child has died. She started crying and weeping with her. Went to her level, down to her level, took away all that sorrow on himself or herself. And now she was weeping so bitterly as if her own child has died. The mother lost the pain, and she, seeing Mother Sharda Devi weeping, she started consoling her. So telling that incident, Mary Louise Burke, I still remember vividly, told that's the difference between the Avatara Buddha and Mother Sharda Devi, the motherly heart, the universal mother. That is mother's heart. That's why she is called Vishwamatru, Vishwajanani, the motherly heart. She never gave birth to any child, but still she gave that love of mother to everyone without any condition. Nobody was put away from her. Everybody, whether she was a lady of bad character or a robber or a thief, good or bad, white or black or caste, upper caste, lower caste, educated, uneducated, everybody got that same love from the mother. So that's why she is called, Ramakrishna used to tell, I bought Mother Sharda Devi to this world to show what is universal motherhood. That is Mother Sharda Devi. See, that Western lady, Mary Louise Burke, could understand that greatness of Mother Sharda Devi. The difference between, she showed Buddha and Mother Sharda Devi. So with that incident, I'm just going to stop my talk for today, but we will continue the wonderful life. You will really enjoy it later on as we go on, that wonderful life of Mother Sharda Devi, where it will be very close to all of you. You will feel, everybody, most of the people who see the photo of Mother, many people have told me, and even I too felt that the face you can see as if she's your own mother. You will see the face of your own mother in the face of Mother Sharda Devi. So that's why you can see, whoever might be the mother of yours, the biological mother, the real mother, the Parama Prakriti, the divine mother, now that universal mother has taken a human form and come. So she is distributing that wonderful motherly love to all of us. Now when we read the life of that mother, you will receive that wonderful grace and compassion of the divine mother. So let us study, let us understand, let us meditate on that wonderful life of Holy Mother Sharda Devi and get that compassion, that universal motherly love, and be blessed in our life. As I told you in the beginning itself, she has the key for liberation. If you want the grace of Sri Ramakrishna, she only has to give us. Otherwise, we can't even understand who Ramakrishna was or what God is. Only if the Mahamaya gives us the path, then only we can get everything. Even Vivekananda has told that. So now, let us pray to her, meditate upon her, and get her blessings by studying her life. Every day you have to read. You know, in India, there is a practice now. The new practice has begun. Just like we read the Sundarakanda when there is any problem in our house, they take a vow. If there is any trouble or problem in the house, we will read the life of Mother Sharda Devi. By the time they finish that life of Mother Sharda Devi, whatever that problem they had would vanish. So this new vow has started in India. In many places, they do this, take this vow. If they have any problem, they used to read the Ramayana, from Ramayana, the Sundarakanda, the place where Hanuman came and went to Sri Lanka and brought the news of Mother Sita Mata to Ramachandra and relieved the pain of Ramachandra. And also he took the ring of Ramachandra and showed it to Mother Sita Devi, and he could relieve the pain of Mother Sita. That's why anybody reading Sundarakanda, their pains and their disturbances will vanish. That was the belief in India, and they used to practice that Sundarakanda. Any difficulty in life, they used to read Sundarakanda of this wonderful deed of Hanuman, and their pain and trouble would reduce. Likewise, now the new practice is, any problems, any difficulties in life, they will take up this life, study of the life of Mother Sharda Devi, and they see by the time they finish the life of Mother Sharda Devi, all their problems will vanish. So start that vow. Now we have started this wonderful yaga. Just like there is Gita, Gnana Yagna. Like that, the studying the life of Mother, we will do it like a yaga or yagna or a havan and get the benefit of that. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.